Today I'm making Kheema Matar, and these are all the ingredients that you will need to make the Kheema Matar. First of all, you need to grind 1 teaspoon of cumin seed, 2 inches of cinnamon stick, and 3 to 4 cardamom. Grind into a fine powder. Then you will need 1 heaping teaspoon of chili powder, 1 heaping teaspoon of garam masala, 1 potato diced into cubes, 1 medium-sized onion chopped up finely, 1 green chili sliced, 1 tomato chopped into cubes, ginger garlic paste, garlic pounded with black peppercorn, about 2 tablespoons of yogurt. I'm using minced meat today. It's about 400 grams. You can use any kind of minced meat that you want: chicken, beef, mutton, and of course some mixed vegetable which I like to have in there, frozen mixed vegetable. First of all, fry the onions in some oil. Add some salt so that it will help to soften the onions faster. Okay? Once the onions have softened, then you can add the ginger garlic paste. Now that the onions have softened, you can add in the ginger garlic paste. Okay, you have to fry this until the raw smell is gone. Then you get a nice ginger garlic smell before you proceed further. Now that the ginger garlic paste, the raw taste have gone, add a little bit of turmeric and add in all your grinded spices. Mix this and fry until the smell comes out nice and aromatic before you carry on. Now that it's nice and aromatic, you can add in your minced beef or chicken or mutton or whatever minced meat you want to use. Break this up and fry properly till it's nicely cooked. Fry this on a slow fire, you don't want to burn anything. Okay, as you can see, the beef is 3/4 cooked or halfway cooked. So now you can add in the potatoes, the tomatoes, and the sliced green chili. You put the potatoes in now so that because you want the potatoes to get cooked. Okay, at the same time, now you can add in your dry spices. One heaping teaspoon of chili powder, and also 1 teaspoon heaping spoon of garam masala. Okay, mix all properly. If you want to add more chili powder, all this depends on your taste. Okay, I'm not adding more because later I'll be adding the garlic with grounded pepper, which will make it spicy also. Okay, I've tasted and added salt, and I added half more cup of water so that it will have some gravy, and the potatoes have softened already. So now I add all the frozen vegetable with the ice. So just mix this until all the ice will dissolve You don't have to cook this mixed vegetable long. If you defrost a frozen vegetable, it will become soggy, so you don't defrost that. Okay, now the mixed vegetable all softened already, and it's coming to a boil. It's time to add in the yogurt. Now the trick about yogurt is this. See, it's boiling. Turn off the fire first. Okay, let the boiling come to a stop. Okay, once it stops bubbling, then add your yogurt. I'm adding 2 or 3 tablespoons. Okay, that should be enough. Mix it up first. After you mix it up nicely, then on the flame back. If you do this, then the yogurt won't start coagulating. If you do it with the fire on, it can coagulate. So now you have to cook this slowly, cover it and cook slowly for about 10 minutes or so. Okay, it's been boiling for about 5 to 10 minutes. Okay. Mix properly. Give it a nice taste and see how good it is. Wow, delicious. Now last of all, add in the garlic with black pepper. This will give a nice garlic and pepper flavor to the whole dish. Mix this nicely. Everything must be mixed nicely before you cover, and let it simmer on a low flame for another 5 to 10 minutes so that the flavors all will marry nicely together. Then you can dish out and voila! Okay, it's done. I just off the fire. See, it looks like there's a little gravy, but this gravy will thicken up once it cools down. This same recipe you can use to put into samosas or epo, but you have to make it dry for that. Or eat with pasta. Bye!